Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about books. I'm going to be yapping about books, and are you surprised? You shouldn't be, because you know what you came here for. So I'm going to go over the rest of January. I probably should have done this at the beginning of January, but there was like other stuff going on, so I didn't. But then talk about the rest of my TBR for the month of January and the books that I have finished already. I'm just going to go through them quickly because nothing has necessarily stood out to me so far this month. I've had some pretty good reads so far. There have been two now where I'm kind of like, what's going on? Why am I not being entertained? So I'm going to be referring to my Fable on my iPad because I don't remember all the names of the books I've read already. I've read 8 so far, and I don't know what day it'll be when I post this, but it is the 14th when I'm recording that, and I've already finished 8 books. This has been a combination of audiobooks and physical books and ebooks. So like I read a lot faster if it's an ebook for some reason. Don't ask me why. Audiobooks I'm able to read while I'm doing other stuff, which is usually working because I don't want to work. And then my physical books, and I'm a pretty fast reader to begin with, even if it's a physical book. So I think that's kind of all aiding me in getting the books read faster. And I think I've only DNF'd one. I honestly can't even remember what the name of it was. Something about like serpents and cupcakes or something, or serpents and sprinkles. I don't know. That one was, I didn't like that one, to put it nicely. So far in January, I have read The Traitor Queen, The Bridge Kingdom, and The Traitor Queen. That's the right order. I did those on audio. They're really good. I actually really enjoyed them. I think it's weird that the narrators do each other's voices when you're in their POV instead of just having the other narrator do their own voice, but I digress. I am not the runner, the boss of audiobook narrators. So anyways, those two are really good. They're really fun and entertaining. I probably will continue with the series on audiobook. I think all of them are on Audible, actually, if you have a membership. So I'm sure by now you're sick of hearing me talk about it, but I did finish Vengeful, loved it. I was like a little bit, it left me wanting a little bit. I really hope that the third book comes out, that there is going to actually be a third book, because the ending to Vengeful just, like, I just stared at the wall for a really long time, and I would like some resolution. So yeah, that was good. Another audiobook that I did was Big Witch Energy. When I say it, I don't want to say witch, I want to say the other word, but anyways, I did that on audiobook too. It was okay. It really didn't hold my attention. I can't honestly tell you what even happened in that one. It just was okay. It was okay. That's all there is to it. I read The Midnight Library. I had a physical copy of that one. That was actually really good. I really enjoyed it. I loved the story. I loved kind of like the lesson you're supposed to take from it. I found Nora to be really insufferable, but I also found her to be really relatable, which is probably why I found her insufferable. She definitely has some of the traits that I like the least about myself or about other people, in my opinion. So that was really good. I enjoyed that one. So this one I'm kind of on the fence about, and I actually got the physical copy from the library, and it's Fledgling by S.K. Ollie. So I was reading the audiobook first, and I got to about like 40%, and I was like, I don't want this anymore. I don't like it. I'm not having fun. But I think that it was because of the narrators, maybe. Or maybe it's just one of those books that doesn't read well over audio. So I did end up getting a physical copy from the library, and I'm going to do that instead. And I think I'm going to like it because I like the concepts of the story. I just didn't like how it was coming across in the audio. I don't know if that makes sense the way I'm describing it, but that's literally what my brain is telling me to say. I completed one of my 25 for 2025, which is Daughter of Smoke and Bone. I really liked it. I really liked it. And I am not someone who likes insta-love or insta-lust or anything like that, but without spoilers, of course, I think that it makes perfect sense for the rest of the story and for the characters. Like, I'm having such a good time with it, and I don't know why I'm stalling on book 2. I'm just scared that it's not going to be as good, or that it will be good and then I'll only have a book left. Make it make sense, please. But I'm really excited for book 2. I loved book 1. I love the way it ended. I already have the audiobook for book 2. I think it's like Days of Blood and Starlight, or Gods of Dark, no, Days, I don't know what the second book is called, and I'm gonna end up putting a picture of it up, so I don't know why I'm trying to figure it out right now. Now, I'm not a huge lover of novellas, mostly because I always end up feeling like I want more, but it's a novella, it's over, it's short. So I always struggle with those. I read Even Though I Knew the End, and I really enjoyed it. It's like a sapphic noir fantasy kind of like a historical fantasy, I want to say, because it's set in like the 1930s, which just gave it the perfect vibe. Like speakeasies, witches and warlocks, angels and devils. It was just really, really good. But it was too short. It ended and I was like, that's it? Like, there's nothing else after that? And then I spent so long trying to see if there was going to be like another book, and nothing came up. So that was, I really enjoyed that one, but it definitely left me wanting for more of the characters and more of the story. But yeah, I would definitely recommend that one. That one I did immersive read. I did the audio and the physical book. It was really good. I really enjoyed the audio. The narrator's voice was like perfect for Chicago, 1930 Chicago, like spot on. I'm currently reading The Nature of Witches by something Griffin. I don't remember her first name, but I'm doing that on audiobook too. It is so good. The narrator for The Nature of Witches is so actually fucking perfect. I'm in love with it. I listened to it while I was walking to the library and stuff like that, and while I was cleaning. I can already tell that that book is going to be like a 4.5 star. It might even be 5. It depends on like what happens with the romance, because it's one of those books where I don't really want too much from the romance, but it might end up giving me more than I asked for, but we'll see. It's really, really good, and I would highly recommend. The narrator is perfection. So now we're going to talk about my TBR for January. Well, for the rest of January at this point. But there are some of these books, there's 3 of them that are library books, so they're not due until the beginning of February. So I'm sure one of them, if not 2 of them, will carry over. But I do intend to start all of these this month. I mean, starting off with the book I already mentioned, Fledgling. I would like to see if I could get into it as a physical copy. I think I might prefer it that way. I'm going to be finishing the Protectorate series in January. I'm going to finish the Protectorate series in January. I'm going to finish the Protectorate series this month. I'm going to. If you don't see me talk about this book or reading it, say something to me. Say something to me. I'm also currently reading One Dark Window. I'm doing a buddy read with 2 of my friends. I actually really enjoy it. Even the audiobook, it's not great in my opinion, because when the narrator does the voice for others, it just kind of like pulls me out for like a split second. And truthfully, I might even put down the audiobook. I don't know yet, but I'm really enjoying the story itself. It's really good. The next 2 are for my library haul that I got. So I have Child of a Mad God. I hope the glare doesn't hit it, but I don't know. It's something about like, I don't remember what it's about. I read the synopsis when I was at the library because I wanted to seem like I knew what I was doing while I was there and not just stalling because I was confused. So I'm not really sure what a Child of a Mad God is about, but she's a woman. She's a woman, and I get the feeling that she is going to get some people up. So that's why I grabbed it. And then the Elfstones of Shannara, the Shannara Chronicle, whatever. I watched... I can't pronounce words sometimes. I watched this on MTV back in the day. Was it MTV? Whatever. I watched it on TV back in the day, and I was in love with whoever that is. He's in something else too, and I think he was with Vanessa Hudgens for a while. I fell in love with him in that show, and I cannot wait to read the books. I started reading it at the library. They actually have the audiobook on Libby as well, so I'll probably do an immersive read for this, but I'm really excited for this because I really enjoyed the show, and I feel like nothing ever came of the show. Like, I think they canceled it after like 2 seasons or something. So I'm excited to read the books. Hopefully I like the books as much as I like the show, because in my head the show is like top tier Grammy award winning. It could be that it's really not, but hopefully the books are better, because usually they are. I'm actually in 2 book clubs this month too, and one of them is Lost in Lore, and we are going to be reading House of Beating Wings. That's going to be a reread for me, and I'm really excited. Audible has the audiobook like included in the Plus catalog, so I'm going to do an immersive read, I think, for that. But I'm excited because I absolutely love that, and I did want to continue the series this year, so that actually kind of sparked it before I was even ready for it. So that was good timing. And then my second book club, which I believe is called Sci-Fi for Newbies. Again, I'm going to link both of the book clubs below, but that one we voted and we picked Project Hail Mary, one of my 25 for 2025. So I just have to get my hands on the audiobook for this because I've heard it's better if you have the audio. But that's one of the books I plan to read this month too. But that book club, I think we have until the end of the month, or maybe like the very beginning of February. I'm not 100% sure, but plenty of time to read it. And again, I'm going to do the audiobook. And then finally, I'm doing a buddy read with Sheldina. I will tag her, go check out her channel. We are going to be doing Jackal. I think we're starting this week. So I said earlier, this is like the week of the 14th. I think we're going to be starting it this week. Really excited. I think it's a thriller. If I remember correctly, I think it's a thriller, and Sheldina is like the person that you want to know when you need a thriller recommendation. So I'm excited for that. So yeah, those are the books that I have read so far in January, and the rest of my TBR for the remaining days of January. Yeah, let me know if you guys have read any of those, if you like them, what books you're reading currently, and happy reading.